So, at a high level, the step-by-step process for creating a data strategy is first and foremost is to define the business objectives. So, the chief data officer or whoever is creating this enterprise-wide data strategy should meet with various executives to understand which metrics are they trying to optimize for, what are their KPIs, in other words, as well as where are their business objectives and what are their current pain points when it comes to data. From there, cataloging data sources and identifying which are relevant to meet business objectives is key because it shouldn't necessarily need to be that every single data point everywhere is ingested in the warehouse, but those that will provide business value. The next step is to consult with legal on how data governance needs to be implemented in order to stay compliant. For certain industries, such as healthcare, this is going to be a much bigger deal in order to avoid legal fees and lawsuits, as well as just from a more ethical standpoint, making sure that your data is not at risk of being misused. Only after that point should a technical architecture be discussed. So, one common pitfall is that data nerds, such as myself, may really prefer one technology or another and then implement that technology or that tool and then later start talking about how it can add business value. But you really need to start with the business objectives in mind and then create your technical architecture. And then the last step would be executing on building that architecture. The data architecture should consider the entire data lifecycle. So that is generally starts with ingestion of data from sources into the warehouse, transformation, which is where you're going to clean data, deduplicate, aggregate, join data from different sources, as well as apply business logic. And then after this point, the data is in a clean state, which can be used for visualization on the business intelligence side, as well as activation, which is really where marketing is going to see the most amount of value is the activation stage. And that's when you're taking that data from your warehouse and you are using it to reach out to customers, essentially. The activation step is where marketers are going to serve up the value from the data lifecycle by creating intelligent campaigns and audience building for intelligent segments to have very clear targeted user personas for certain campaigns.